Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Friday. It is weekend eve, and it is April the 5th. And hopefully, this weekend eve, this Friday, finds you well. Trust that you've had a wonderful week, wherever it is that you're watching from near or from far. And look forward to the weekend. Hopefully, you are as well. And I would encourage you, no matter where you're watching from, whether it is, as I said, near or far, you need to try to get into a church that preaches the gospel. And so make sure that you're in your church this coming weekend. Be faithful to that. Be an encouragement to your church family, to your pastor, and so on. Hey, be in church this Sunday. I want to encourage you also, as we are getting started here, tomorrow our young people have a quiz meet, and so I would encourage those of you, if you're able to, come on out and see what it's all about, and watch our young people as they are quizzed over what they have studied from Matthew, and excited about that quiz meet there. I would encourage you, as you're just now getting on, hit that share button real quick, and we're going to get started here in just a moment. All right, so hit that share button. Be sure to comment throughout. And let's go ahead and look at Daniel chapter number 6 today. Daniel chapter number 6. We are looking down at verse number 6. You might remember the people are, not the people, but the presidents and princes. They're jealous of Daniel. They're jealous of his position. They're jealous of the fact that he has gained favor in the sight of Darius. And so they are looking for a way in which to get Daniel to trip up, to find some way to get him to lose favor in the sight of this King Darius. And we find the Bible tells us here in verse number 4 that they could find none occasion nor fault, for as much as he was faithful. In verse number 4, neither was there any error or fault found in him. And we see that Daniel was a man of character. It wasn't just in public that he lived right and did right for everybody to see, but it was in private where he continued to live and do what's right. We also note verse number 5. They could not find anything against Daniel at the end of verse number 5, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God. He was a man that the fault that they found with him is the fact that he loved and served his God. That's the fault they find with him, and that's what they're going to exploit when they seek to destroy Daniel, his life, and so on. So let's look at verse number 6, okay? Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king and said thus unto him, King Darius, live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors, and the princes, the counselors, the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions. We've got this group of individuals buttering King Darius up. And then this should have... for King Darius, this kind of should have set off some alarm bells in his head, where in verse number 7, you look at that first word being all, okay? So all this leadership, presidents, kingdoms, governors, princes, counselors, captains, they've all consulted together, and they've come up with this plan, with this decree that everybody needs to pray to you. That should have, alarm bells should have gone off in his mind when that statement, that word all, everybody's in agreement on this. Listen, you're not going to have 100% agreement on anything with a group of individuals like this. There's always going to be some varying forms of disagreement. We might agree on principle on some things, but how we get to that point, we might not agree on. And there used to be a day when even Republicans and Democrats agreed on the main things. It was just, how do we accomplish that is what the disagreement is. Now we can't even agree on the main things as human beings in our society today. And that's a sad thing, that we can't agree on the most basic of things. You look at just simple things such as male and female. Okay, wow. Uh, how do we not agree on that? Life beginning at conception. How do we not agree on that? It is some of these simple things that I mean, how can a young person not be allowed to get a tattoo, but they can get their body mutilated and have some surgery to affirm their transgender uh, mental issues? Okay, it doesn't even make sense. How can you not go drink some alcohol, but you can go cut off parts of your body? See, that doesn't even make sense. You can go get an abortion, those types of things, but you can't make some of these other. You can't drive a car. You can't choose who could be president, but you can kill a baby growing within yourself. You can mutilate your body and so on. Okay, it's crazy. It's ludicrous. But that's the craziness of our society. We don't even agree on those simple, most basic of things. And for Darius here in Daniel chapter number 6, he should know when they come in and say, "King Darius, live forever," all and everybody's in agreement on this. King, you need to do this. The king should have thought twice about this. And let's just kind of look at once again. Okay, so we've harped on the fact that the all here in Darius, how he should have exercised some wisdom. But let's look at this decree right in the middle of verse number 7. Here's this firm, and to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions. And so, what are they catering to? They're catering to and they're feeding the pride of the king here. The pride of Darius is what they're looking at. Hey, nobody, man, O king, live forever. Hey, let's for 30 days, nobody can ask anything of any of their gods. They need to ask it of you. That's how powerful you are, O king. And they're feeding his ego. All right. Now look at verse number 8. Here's the calling of these presidents and so on. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing, that it be not changed, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. And hey, you need to do this now. And man, let's get it done. Now there's something to think about. Just do it, okay? And once it came to law, it could not be broken. That was the law of the Medes and the Persians, that once it's been signed, sealed, it's law. Can't change it, okay? And I want you to note the haste in which this is done. It says, now, hey, don't think about it. Let's do it. And we see that in our government even today, the haste in which things are to happen. It's kind of, several years ago, we heard the statement, well, we need to pass the law so we can read it and find out what's in the law. Doesn't it make sense? We have these government funding bills going through in the wee hours of the morning when everybody's sleeping, and they're passing these things, and 1,000 pages long, and they don't even know what's in it because, man, we've got to get this done now. And I want to just caution, and that's kind of looking at the government aspect of things. And I know there may be some issues that people have with government and all that, but you know what? When we make decisions in a haste, and I know there's going to be times when we have to make split second decisions, I get that, but when we're looking to make life altering decisions for our marriage, for our family, excuse me, those types of things, haste is not always how we ought to do those things. There ought to be some counsel gotten. There ought to be some time in prayer spent in regards to decisions that need to be made. Darius here is being asked to make a decision that is going to impact the entirety of his kingdom. Okay? And he should take some time to review what's going on, to think about what's going on, to get counsel from others before he makes this decision. And that's the case in regards to any big decision that we need to make. We need to take some time, take a step back, review what's going on, look at maybe, hey, what are the ulterior motives of what's going on here, what people are, why they want this done, and there needs to be some time spent in that, and our government needs to do so as well. Listen, there's a reason why. In our government was set up to have three branches: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branches. Okay, there's a reason for that. Is because they did not want broad, fast decisions made that were made without thinking about it, without people knowing about it. And so you have this system of checks and balances, and there's a lot of talk about this gridlock in Washington. Listen. I don't know about you, but I think some gridlock in Washington's a good thing. And it's been a lack of gridlock in Washington that has put us into the financial position that we're in today. It's because people made decisions in haste and didn't go through the proper channels, and different branches of the government weren't fulfilling their role and aren't fulfilling their role as the way it should be. You take, for example, Roe versus Wade, the decision to make abortion legal in America. It is not the Supreme Court's role to make law, and that's what they did in the Roe versus Wade decision. They made law, and that is not the case. The legislature makes the law. The executive branch enforces the law. The judicial branch rules on whether or not that law, here's how they rule on whether or not the law is legitimate and goes according to our Constitution or against our Constitution. Okay, and so in a lot of these things, some gridlock is good. That means there needs to be more thought that goes into this. And you know what? If we can't agree on it, it doesn't happen. Okay, and that's the way it should work. It needs to work at a snail's pace, that we're not having vast, broad changes that are impacting people that are not well thought out. And you know what? In our personal life, same thing needs to happen. There needs to be communication. There needs to be counsel sought. There needs to be time spent with the Lord, meditating on His Word before major life decisions are made. I understand that in emergencies, man, there's got to be split-second decisions. I get that, okay? But there needs to be time spent in prayer when it comes to these decisions. Now, look at verse number 9. We see how rapid they want this done. Verse number 8, hate now. And that Darius should have noticed these couple words. Oh, everybody's in agreement. Hey, are you sure about this? That's just kind of weird. You guys don't ever agree on anything. And then the speed and the haste in which they want this decree signed now. Needs to happen now. And Darius caves. Wherefore, King Darius signed the writing and the decree. He signed it, and he's going to learn that, you know what, that he's going to regret signing that decree and not getting more counsel and not taking his time and thinking about what it is that he is doing. And I'll tell you this, most of the time in my life, if I would have responded when I've responded in the moment, typically I've responded wrongly. It's when I take a step back, take a breath, get some counsel, talk with the Lord, and be patient in it, things typically go a little bit better in regards to my decision making. And I want to encourage you to take some time when it comes to decisions being made in your life. Seek the Lord's face, take some time, get some counsel, pause, think through every aspect of what is getting ready to go down in regards to decisions that need to be made in your life. Now, I know that's not the main theme of and purpose of this story, but man, what a tremendous truth for us to learn from and to grow from today as we look to personally, make some application for us. And so hopefully this was helpful to you, and we'll look at on Monday. We'll look at Daniel how Dana responds to this decree. We'll look at that on Monday, and excited. Well, Lord willing, on Monday. We'll address that in just a moment. All right, so let's welcome and greet those that are on live here today, and then we'll sign off for the day. All right, here we go. We've got a good number that have been on all week, and thank you so much for all those of you who've been faithful watching all week. But let's greet those that have commented. Cliff and Karen, good morning to you. Have a great day. Ingrid, good morning to you. Love you and have a great day. Charlie and Marcia, good morning to you. Have an awesome day. David and Claudia, thank you so much for being on as well. And Marion, good morning to you. Good to have you on this morning. Hope you have a great day. And then Luke, good morning to you as well. So thankful for the testimony of Daniel. We'll look a little bit more specifically at that our next time together. And man, you look at the deceit of Darius's advisors here, and man, will all be revealed in the end. All right, now let's do this. I want to encourage you, be in prayer for the weekend. If you can be up here for the quiz meet, that would be a tremendous blessing. We'll have lunch following the quiz meet as well, and so be sure to stick around for that, and then we'll have services this coming Sunday. Excited about that. Be in prayer for my family. We're going to be heading out Sunday after service, and be in prayer for us as we head out. We're traveling to Florida to visit the in-laws, and we would covet your prayers as we travel, and look forward to a bit of a vacation. We'll miss being together with our church family, and we look forward to when we'll get back. Now, we'll try to have our power up throughout the vacation as well. We are going to be traveling the first couple of days, so like Monday, Tuesday, and that, and so I'm not sure how the power up will work with that. If you're up in Adam early in the morning at 7 o'clock, hey, check in. We will more than likely we'll be on, but if not, just know that we're traveling, and we should be back at it definitely probably Wednesday, if not Thursday for sure. Okay, and so I apologize for just kind of the uncertainty there in our power up, but we'll be on vacation, so I appreciate you being understanding. If I guess I shouldn't assume that you're going to be understanding, but that's just kind of the reality of the situation. All right, have a great day. Have a great weekend. Lord willing, we'll touch base Sunday. Be sure to check out our live stream of our services. We'll check back in on Monday, Lord willing, and then also check out our live stream services on Sunday as well. We're still kind of working out some of the bugs in the sound system and the media department, and so we appreciate your patience with us in that, and look forward to putting out a good product here as we work out some of these bugs in our system. All right, Lord bless you all. Have a great day, everybody. We'll touch base again, Lord willing, on Monday.